Title: The Way of the Dragon. Chapter 1. The Dojo of Shadows, in the heart of a bustling city, hidden behind a veil of neon lights and crowded streets, stood an old, unassuming dojo. Its sign, faded and cracked, read, "The Way of the Dragon." This was the home of Master Li, a legendary martial artist known for his unmatched skill and wisdom. But Master Li was growing old, and his once thriving dojo was now nearly empty, a relic of a bygone era. Enter Kai, a young man with a troubled past. Kai had grown up on the streets, fighting to survive. He was quick, strong, and fiercely independent, but his anger often got the better of him. One night, after a brutal fight with a local gang, Kai stumbled upon the dojo. Desperate for a place to hide, he slipped inside. Chapter 2. The First Lesson Master. Li found Kai sleeping on the dojo floor the next morning. Instead of turning him away, the old master saw potential in the young man. "You have fire in your heart," Master Li said, "but fire without control destroys everything it touches. If you wish to stay, you must learn the way of the dragon," Kai scoffed. "I don't need your ancient wisdom. I can take care of myself." Master Li smiled faintly. "We shall see." The first lesson was simple: balance. Master Li handed Kai a wooden staff and instructed him to stand on one leg while holding the staff horizontally. It sounded easy, but as the hours passed, Kai grew frustrated. His leg burned, his arms ached, and his mind raced with thoughts of his past failures. "Why are you making me do this?" Kai snapped. "I came here to learn how to fight, not to stand around like a statue." Master Li's eyes twinkled. "Fighting is easy. Anyone can throw a punch. But true strength comes from balance of body, mind, and spirit. Until you master this, you will always be a slave to your anger." Chapter 3. The trials days turned into weeks, and Kai began to change. Under Master Li's guidance, he learned not just physical techniques, but also the philosophy behind them. He practiced meditation to calm his mind, studied ancient texts to understand the history of martial arts, and trained tirelessly to perfect his form. But the path was not easy. Kai's temper often flared, and he struggled to let go of his past. One night, after a particularly grueling training session, he confronted Master Li. "Why do you keep pushing me? What's the point of all this?" Master Li's expression softened. "The point, Kai, is not to become invincible. It is to become whole. The dragon doesn't fight to destroy, it fights to protect. Until you find something worth protecting, you will never truly understand the way of the dragon." Chapter 4. The return of the past Kai's progress was put to the test when his old life came knocking. The gang he had fought months ago tracked him down, seeking revenge. Their leader, Jin, was a ruthless fighter with a personal vendetta against Kai. Jin and his gang stormed the dojo, demanding Kai come out. Master Li stood calmly at the entrance, blocking their way. "This is a place of peace," he said. "Leave now or face the consequences." Jin laughed. "You're just an old man. What can you do?" In a flash, Master Li disarmed Jin and sent him sprawling to the ground. The gang hesitated, but their numbers were overwhelming. Kai, watching from the shadows, felt his anger rise. He wanted to rush in and fight, but Master Li's words echoed in his mind. True strength comes from balance. Chapter 5. The Way of the Dragon. Kai stepped forward, his movements calm and deliberate. He faced Jin, not with rage, but with focus. The fight was intense, but Kai's training paid off. He used Jin's aggression against him, countering every move with precision and control. In the end, Jin lay defeated, his gang retreating into the night. Kai stood over him, breathing heavily but unharmed. Master Li approached, a proud smile on his face. "You have learned well, Kai. The dragon within you has awakened." Chapter 6. A New Beginning. With the gang gone, the dojo became a sanctuary once more. Kai decided to stay and continue his training, not just as a student, but as a teacher. He helped Master Lee rebuild the dojo, attracting new students who sought to learn the way of the dragon. Kai also found a new purpose. He began working with troubled youth in the city, teaching them martial arts as a way to channel their anger and find balance. The dojo became a beacon of hope, a place where anyone could find strength and peace. Epilogue. Years later, Kai stood in the same spot where he had once struggled to balance on one leg. Now a master in his own right, he watched as a new generation of students practiced their forms. Master Lee, now retired, sat nearby, his eyes filled with pride. Kai had come a long way from the angry young man who had stumbled into the dojo. He had found balance, not just in his movements, but in his life. And though the path of the dragon was never easy, it had led him